Hi guys, Fuzz here, welcome back to Final Fantasy IX, and there's a couple of tips I want to share with you today before we move forward with more of our grinding, and that is we do need to learn an ability on Dagger, and the ability is Thomas, the summon ability, and we do that by equipping the Amethyst. And there's a little tip I can show you that's not going to interfere with our levelling experience, but is going to allow us to gain a nice amount of AP. Since we're fighting the Grand Dragons up here, we can encounter a friendly monster in the forest. And if we fulfill its requirements, it'll give us a nice batch of AP. So what I recommend is just temporarily equipping your characters with stuff that you're going to want to learn, so that you're not wasting the AP on stuff that you already have learned. And then we're going to go ahead, save our game, and go into the, friendly monster encounter. Right, so what I've done is just equipped my party with a lot of junk, quite frankly, but with stuff that's obviously going to help them with learning abilities. Make sure they all have ability up equipped as well. Auto haste is a great thing to learn on those that don't have it, as well as I say, on Dagger, make sure you learn Atomus or Thomas. Interestingly, the guide that we're using is a Thomas's walkthrough, isn't it? So, Robe of Law to concentrate. Yeah, just generally stuff that we haven't learned yet, so we can get some nice AP towards it. And save your game at that point as well, so you don't have to re-equip everything if it all goes pear-shaped. And in order to best encounter the friendly monsters, you could also get the Ragtime Mouse. Just do little steps like this in the forest, and that generally stops you from having random encounters, but it doesn't stop you from having the friendly encounters. I mean, you can accidentally go a few extra frames by mistake and then still get a random enemy encounter, but that's why you save the game. There we go, look. You can tell by the music straight away that something else is coming. Ah, okay, it's the Ragtime Mouse. Well, it doesn't hurt to do this. We can answer the question. We've got all 16 questions to answer at the end of the day. So, question number 1. Chocobo Forest is located between Lindblum and South Gate. That is true. So what we're going to do is hit the circle here. And that's the first Ragtime Mouse question answered. You can do all 16 questions on disc 4. So this isn't a missable side quest by not doing it on the previous discs. Just got a lot more work to do. We are awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save at that point. Okay, so we get another Ragtimer, typical. I actually got this in exactly the same forest, just by using that little trick I told you of using the little side steps rather than racing through. But I did reload my game, so I'm not sure if that had an effect as well. It could have done. Anyway, question number 2. I do want to show these if I get them. The 15th Lindblum War was starting 1600. That is false. Okay. Then it gives us another batch of gil. And I'm going to save again. So we are going to encounter a friendly monster soon, I know it. Okay, so what have I got on this occasion? Another Ragtimer. So you can get him in the same forest multiple times. I don't know though whether reloading, which I've done both times, is what's going to assist you. Also, what I'm going to do, just to help you guys out, since we've encountered Ragtimer, a few times now on this episode, is just in the description, put all of the... well, hang on, let me just do this question first. The theatre Ship Prima Vista was built in Artina shipyards. That's false. Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to put all the questions and answers in the description so that you can answer with whatever questions you get. Since it is random, the questions are given. There are a fixed amount of questions, which is 16, but you do get them in a random order, is what I was trying to say. So I will pop those in the description for your benefit. I'm good to you lot. At last we get a friendly monster, so I've answered about 5 or 6 questions for Ragtimer now. But this is what I'm actually looking for. A way of levelling up some of our abilities here, and a Lapis Lazuli is the item of the day. So we'll just go ahead and throw one of those onto the friendly creature. And you don't go into a negative equity with these because you do get them back later, so don't worry about that. So we go through some weird dialogue here. Ugh, ugh. And then we'll get our lovely batch of AP. There we go. And with the ability up equipped, obviously that's boosted as well. And Thomas is what I was really after, but the level up and auto hastes are also going to be somewhat useful. And the lack of experience for that fight gives you the great opportunity there for going ahead and doing that. And we get the diamond, ready for the next one. So at that point, you're probably going to want to save and resort your characters out. So I'll just do that now and show you how we're set up at this particular stage. Right, so gear's all sorted back to how it should be for levelling again. And this is how Zidane's going to be working until level 76. Dagger until level 96. Quina until level 39. And Freya until level 78. Don't forget with Freya, you can actually use whatever weapon you want. So just go ahead and level whatever abilities you have on the weapons that you have available to you. And now I'm going to go ahead and see who has the level up ability to equip. Since I just learned it on a few people there, didn't I? So we can give it to Zidane now. We're going to be going to level 99 a little bit faster at this point with many of our characters. And I'm happy that Dagger now has the Atomus ability. Queen already has level up, wonderful. And Freya, does Freya have it yet? Yes, we learnt it on Freya as well. Alright, so there's one more tip I want to share with you, which I probably should have done in the last episode, I apologise. But I can do it now, that's no problem. And that is this. Try and steal a tent, which is probably going to be a tent, off every single Grand Dragon that you fight. In fact, every enemy that you fight, try and steal something. Because you need to get as many successful steals under your belt to boost Zidane's Thievery ability, since the successful steal attempts are worked into the calculation of the damage that it does. And if you want that doing max damage, you need to steal a lot, obviously. So that's just a little tip I want to share with you there. And that Venom Breath can be quite nasty since it continues on after battle. So you'll just want to go ahead and make sure that you throw antidotes on anybody affected by it. And one other tip as well, if you're going for the Ragtimer or 16 fight, since it seems you can just repeat finding him after reloading each time, then after the final fight, he will go ahead and give you experience. So do bear that in mind if you're not having the right equipment on for whatever reason at that point. So every time we steal a tent, we're increasing our Thievery damage on Zidane. And I'll see if there's anything else to learn for Freya here, off the top of our equipment. Oh, it looks like there isn't. That's a shame. I have to get some more weapons. But I'm not going to worry too much about that at the moment. I'm just going to keep grinding at this point and stealing. And now that I've leveled up a little bit, there are a couple of changes I need to make. And so the change really is that Quina needs to have the Dark Matter equipped until level 69. But because I've only got one Dark Matter, I've had to replace Zidane's Dark Matter with the Black Belt. Now Zidane does need to gain 10 levels with the Black Belt. So what I'm doing is, instead of leveling him to 76 with the Dark Matter, we're going to level him to 86 with the Dark Matter, but gain 10 levels now with the Black Belt. So we're just pushing that forward. It's all going to work out the same in the end. I was going to go from 76 to 86 with the Black Belt, but we're just doing that in the middle of his Dark Matter leveling. So everything else is going to be the same, and Quina is going to level to 69 with that particular Dark Matter as well. So that should continue to boost our stats, but I did want to mention that change before I went any further. And while Quina still needs the Dark Matter, I've got Zidane another 10 levels now. I'm going to sort Zidane out with the next set and interrupt the 54 levels with the Dark Matter that he has to do a little bit further. So now what I'm going to do is give him the Orichalcum and keep him with the Black Belt, but also change his Dark Gear here to the Power Vest. Yep, we've got the Power Vest. So he's got the Black Belt, the Power Vest, the Power Wrist, the Green Beret, and the Orichalcum. And we're going to keep this setup going for 9 levels, so until level 61. And then after that, we can continue on with our 54 levels of the original setup. But for now, we're going to continue doing this. I might have to get another Dark Matter at some point, because it's going to be a little bit awkward having to level both Zidane and Quina with only one of those. But we're getting on okay at the moment, so maybe we won't have to do that straight away. But I'm just going to go for this setup for now, as I say. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to finish off this episode because it has taken me quite a bit of time to get here. And I've got everybody to level 52 now, which means that we can move on to our next grinding zone. So we'll do that in the next episode. But hopefully you've been able to level along with me here, and that some of these setups and that have been helping you as well to max out your stats. Remember, we're following Path B on Thomas's walkthrough guide, which is a fairly balanced end game max stats setup, which is nice. But thanks for stopping by today, folks, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.